This is probably private property, but it's in that ghost town area, so I have no idea. Don't do what I do. What in tarnation is this? This don't look good at all. This looks like a traveling crematory.
It was a perfect welcome to town when a train approached as we crossed the bridge on Highway 5. We had never been to this town, and we were in for a bit of a surprise. These small historic buildings are amazing. This is Main Street, downtown. While we drive, I'll tell you a few points in the backstory of the town. It was started in the early 1820s as a keelboat stop along the White River. That's a sort of pole-driven or oar-driven boat that the settlers used to haul furs and other goods. Later, they started using steamboats. Yeah, that's another story we'll get to in a minute. Calico Landing was the first name of the town. It was later changed and incorporated in 1903. Today the population is around 1900, maybe 2000 I think. But all through the 1830s and early 1900s, it was a booming little town. Especially after 1902 when the railroad was built. Here's an actual settler's cabin. It's called the Trimble House. I read it was moved here from several miles away, but I'm not sure about that. The cabin was built by John Trimble in the year 1849. It's made of pine logs that were harvested around here. This little cabin's gone through a couple of restorations over the years. Look how cozy this one-room cabin is. It's really amazing. It even has a bathroom. I gotta be honest, we would love to live in this in the woods somewhere. Since we're looking at historic cabins, we'll take a look at some of the oldest buildings right here on Main Street. This one right here is the old Bluff City Bank. It was built in 1896. It's made of stone and brick, and it's the oldest commercial building in the whole county. After the bank, it was a post office, then a city hall, a visitor center, then finally a store. Now we go just one building over, we have the Calico Grocer. It was built in 1906 by Nick Rand, so a few years newer than the bank. It was a grocery store, a hotel, a funeral home, then a dry goods and clothing store, and finally an antique store. And right next door to that is the old printing press building. The Calico Rocket was printed here. It was also built in 1906 by Nick Rand. This one's made of limestone rock. Like I said, it was a newspaper office, then a shoe store, and now it's the Printing Press Cafe, which is cool. Just behind the Main Street buildings on the hill overlooking the White River is the historic Riverview Hotel. It was built in 1923. Later, in 2023, it was restored. Now called the Calico Riverview Inn Bed and Breakfast. It has 9 rooms that will enhance the Calico Rock experience. Right across Main Street from those oldest buildings that we saw just a minute ago, we found the Calico Rock Museum and Visitor Center. We were shocked by the amount of exhibits that were in this little museum. Here, have a look right as you enter. There are tables full of local crafts, soaps, shelves of art, but there's so much more than that. Also, there's an art gallery of local artists and even some art by Andy Warhol. Andy Warhol, right here in Calico Rock. I was thinking while we were walking around, there's so much stuff here to see. Then I discovered there was actually a second level downstairs. We walked through all of the exhibits and we were just trying to take it all in. This is such a great museum, especially for a small town and especially for this area. It's such a low population. This is definitely a must-see. I can't show it all on here, but you definitely have to see this if you're in the area. I finally made my way over here to this steamboat exhibit, and I guess I was totally ignorant. Up until this point, I had no idea that steamboats traveled the White River in Arkansas. Mostly in the 1830s, up until the railroad was built in the early 1900s. Amazing. So we hopped in the pickup and drove down here to the White River boat ramp. It's directly below the bridge and below downtown. I just sat and imagined the steamboats charging their way up the stream and docking right here in Calico Rock. Of course, the bridge wasn't here, or this nicely sloped boat ramp. Here's a local fishing service. In case you didn't know, the White River is full of trout. Trout fishing is a major part of tourism in this area. It's such a big trout fishing destination with so much beauty and history for a small town like this. It's just a great place to go if you want to cast a line and fish for some trout.
Oh no, does it work? Does it work? No, it don't work. Here we are in the ghost town section of Calico Rock. It's kind of windy, so sorry about the wind. This is probably private property, but it's in that ghost town area, so I have no idea. Don't do what I do. What in tarnation is this? This don't look good at all. This looks like a traveling crematory.
Somebody likes Pepsi.
Pepsi?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Look at that. Pepsi. The Pepsi bug. I can't see in there. So back when we were teenagers, my dad had a couple of old Volkswagen parts cars. Had some bent hoods like this laying out. If you flip it over, it makes a great downhill sled. We put handles up under it, you know, flip it over, put handles, wire handles under there on each side, put your feet down in this end, and just off the hill you go. Yeah, we had some good times sliding down a hill, hitting trees.
What do you think this was?
Car. Yeah, this is cool. This looks like something my grandpa drove when his dad drove when he was little. They're actually wooden spokes that are moving. I would really like to research why they chose wood spokes. Wooden spokes on a wheel on a rim that's made of metal. When you think that
What
you,
was that noise?
I don't know.
Did you hear it?
Yeah,
I think it's a ghost.
sound like it.
Ghost town.
I guess we collect old cars. No, we don't have that one. A little bit of junk around here, but I guess the ghosts don't mind. That's pretty cool. Mac. All right, let's see some building.
After the ghost town, we decided to just kind of show you some of these amenities, the things, the benefits of the town, like this park here. It's a nice shaded park with a rocky stream and plenty of picnic tables. There's even a walking trail around through the woods. It's really nice. Now here they even have a library. It's right behind the city hall. And if you're into roping steers and riding broncos, there's the rodeo. They have a nice rodeo ground right here. So if your trip to the park on the walking trail or the ride of the bull goes sideways, you might end up here at this little Calico Rock Hospital. If you do and they don't have what you need, don't worry. Mountain Home is not far away, and there's Baxter Regional Hospital right there, probably 30 minutes away. And lastly but not least, the volunteer fire department. Really nice little fire department building.
Hey, we just decided to stop here at this Bluff City Rock or Rock City Bluff. Can't remember what it was called now. I'll put it on the screen right here, down there somewhere.
Hey, thanks for watching our video. We hope you'll subscribe, follow, share, like, comment, and all of that. Have a good one. Hoot hoot.